Oh, we are streaming. Okay. Hello and welcome to the Swedish Grand Prix here at the Anderstorp Raceway in Sweden, obviously. As they're waiting for the lights, a lot of revving, and finally we're going to get going here as we reach 5 red lights at the Anderstorp Raceway in Sweden, and we are underway. And it looks like a great start there from the Motive Motorsport. There he is. And Viandra looking to make up places. Lasers also looking to make up places as well. He's up to 3rd position as they head on through now. Viandra still looking to contend there with the leader. And it looks like Viandra's gotten the move done. Then Cody just takes it right back, and there's a crowd of cars here waiting on the first lap. As there's Chris looking to make a move on his debut, looking to get a podium. He's trying to go side by side with Viandra as they head into turn number 3. Going a bit wide there, but making up the move on the Pro Era. Cody looking to slide a little bit, and now Chris is looking at possibly taking the lead, heading down the inside of Captain Cody, who goes wide and hits the wall, and that has given the Fusion Motorsport car the lead of this race. But just right behind is Viandra, who is also contending for his first win. And Chris with a great exit out of the final corner. And so Chris will be in the lead of the race. Viandra in 2nd, Laser up to 3rd. Now Cody coming right back at Viandra to make up the time he just lost. And he has gotten the move on the Indonesian driver. So the Australian now up. And into second place, going wide there as well, was Viandra. And Lace is coming in to retire on lap 4. So unfortunately, he had such a great start as well. But that's going to be no points for him. Cody almost drops it in the background. That looks so close. It looks like the exit of turn 6 is being his kryptonite at the moment. As Viandra looking to get closer even further. And he's hit the wall at the final corner this time. Cody is losing time everywhere. And in fact, he might get overtaken soon here by Chase, who's now coming out to the back of them. The T's apparently jumped out of his car. I'm not sure where. There's a yellow flag out in Sector 3. So we'll have to wait and see if... he can get to his car. And Cody immediately into the pit lane, and he's hit the pit lane wall. He's coming in to retire. Captain Cody is now, he's retired from the race. So that has completely opened the door now for someone else to now win this race. It seems, as there's now only 7 drivers out. We started with 9 drivers, including Eeks, who has made his way up to 6th place. And so now it's hot lap time for the Fusion Motorsport driver of Chris, as he's shot away from Viandra here. 5 seconds the gap, and we're only on lap 7. Well, Lance is up now into 4th place himself. So, possible podium might be coming his way. And this is probably the closest battle on the entire track. Chase is actually getting very close to the back of this Pereira car here of Viandra, but he just needs to not panic when he gets close to it. Within a second now of Viandra. Chris with a 47.6 holds the fastest lap of the race. 8 seconds clear of Viandra. And this battle should be close to commencing now. He dropped 3/10 in just the first sector alone back to Chase. Looking like a good point haul for Fusion Motorsport as well, because Ladair is in 5th place. And Chase has dropped it in the final corner. Got too greedy on the corner entry. Trying to go wide to get a better exit. Or keep more speed through the middle of the corner. And now his car is losing life in its tyres. And Viandra has shot off into the distance. It still leads now by 10 seconds. Back to Viandra, and then Merlans has moved ahead of Chase here as well. Has Chase come into hits, or has he fumbled it again? Had a very poor final sector, so now Merlans is now up into the podium positions for the Irwin GP team, who might still score points with Laser retiring from this race. And Eeks has now moved ahead of Ladair up in 5th place, and they're actually pretty close to being lapped. I think he actually has lapped his teammate. And Merlans and Chase looking to go side by side, and Chase has made the move, it looks like. Or they're getting very close. Here's a good battle, and Chase has managed to find his way up, and now back into the podium places. Battle's not over yet, though. Now Chase will try and look to get back the time he just lost. On Viandras, we are on lap 13 of 46. Already a quarter of the way through. There's a horde of cars over here. Looks like Eeks went off. So Eeks is now the 3rd driver, 2 laps by Chris in 1st place. Side by side here with Latini, I believe. There's a lap down from still side by side. Andrew's actually gained on that lap. Chris, that was a 50-second lap time there, so it was a bit slow. But Chase and Chris both only on 2 sponges then. That was Ladair, wasn't Chris. Both Chris and Chase only on 3 corner cuts in the first 15 laps, so keeping it clean out there by Andra. So close to dropping it. It was almost exactly what Captain Cody did in the 3 laps. Now see Ladair coming into the pit lane. Sure if that's to retire. And it's not just resetting the tyres here on lap 16 of 46, so it looks like a two-stop strategy played by the other Fusion car. Currently sits in 7th and will score him 3 points. And there's no one behind him who can overtake him, so taken 10 races, but Ladair finally will score some points. He is sat on 0 points as a main driver for the last, for every round actually. He finished 10th, 14th, 13th, 10th and 12th in all of the races that he's participated in. I'm pretty sure Chris is coming to the pit lane because Viandra now has a lead, and he has. Viandra now into the lead. Viandra might try and stretch this and go for a two-stop strategy, which will only take 6 more laps. Unless the tyre wear truly is as bad as it seems with drivers coming in already. And Viandra not reacting. We'll see how much quicker Chris is on those fresher tyres. He's only 9 seconds back, so not losing too much time in pit stops. Chris on this lap has set 2 purple sectors. So, and that is the fastest lap of 47.474. Adair has a drive through for hitting 25 corner cuts already before you've even hit 25 laps. Every single corner Viandra is time here. Chris behind, only 5 seconds back now. Making absolute 0 mistakes. Set another 47 lap time. Into Viandra's 49.5. So as I hear lapping each once again. And Ladair drive through now. Fairly short pit lane here in Sweden, Anderstorp. Now only 3 seconds back. And Chris can now see Viandra, or now he can't because Viandra is now into pit lane to do his one and only stop in this race. So Chris takes over the lead again where he was before, and Viandra coming out of the pit lane now. Chase now coming into the pits also. That was a really good corner entry there from Chase. Not a bad stop either. I dare say that was one of the cleanest stops I've ever seen. So he'll drop behind Merlance now, but then when Merlance pits, Chase should just come out ahead. So will we see Merlance come into the pit lane now? The Tingy with a drive-through penalty for a corner cast. Merlance doesn't come into the pit lane. That's a very surprising call there. Ladair getting out of the way and hitting the wall onto the runway. For some reason clipped the wall on the inside. Merlance still not pitting. I dare say Chase has now been lapped. Somehow. Say. Merlance finally comes into the pit lane. 27 laps on those tires. So he'll now get a lap, but the battle is there with the yellow submarine, and he is clearly ahead of Merlance here, so... But the tire offset that Merlance will have, about 10 laps. 10 laps I should say. But let's see if Merlans can put on the pace and try and catch up and possibly get a podium here. This right here, though, is a man who absolutely needs the podium to get his confidence back up. I don't remind you, current track record. Not good. But that was before started ramping in the hot laps at Hockenheim. Gotten back-to-back 6th places. Then tied and got 13th, and then 5th places in a row before that. When he last got a podium, which was all the way back in Magny Core. I dare say it was about 2, if I remember correctly. Yes, it was in May. So we'll see if Chris comes back to pit lane, because he stopped very, very early in the race. Tires can hang on. Adair is serving his second drive-through of the race. Lap 31 of 46. If he keeps this up, then he won't score any points and he'll come 9th place because he'll get disqualified. Because 75 corner cuts is the limit. Each with a big save heading into Sector 3. He's coming, or I believe, first time, yes. Eeks into the box for the Folklore Racing team. Finally score points. Been doing very well in qualifying, but the last 2 races at Hockenheim and Pampulha, he's retired after about 10 laps. So I have to wait and see for that. He's currently sitting 5th place at the moment. Tingy into the box. Then Saline. Whoa, they signed Latin. Looking very well. But now they've fallen back a little bit. Chris has stopped again. Where's Viandra? He's managed to stop and come out ahead of Viandra. So very clearly the 2-stop would have worked. Or it has worked actually. Because he's got so much pace on this fresh rubber. He stays ahead of the Pro Era car. Latin hit the wall. Viandra has a drive-through for corner cuts. This could open up an opportunity for Chase to possibly catch away there through. And Chase is too far back. And for that second place. Now Chris has got even more of an advantage. He's the only person who is on single-digit corner cards. Viandra made a mess out of the pit lane exit, so now Chase is going to be a bit closer than what he would have thought. He's not going to want to watch that back on the race live stream, that's for sure. Ten laps now remain. Now 5 laps remain. "33 seconds back now is Viandra. I believe Eeks has hired race. No, he's still there. He's just out of his car. Sure what's happened. Chris has got Chase ahead of him. I'm sure Chase would not like to be lapped today. That would be a personal accomplishment for him because he struggled so much over the last few races, and this good result will mean so much to him and for the Motive Motorsport team as well as we reach the final lap here at the Anderstorp Raceway. And what we're seeing is something magical as we are seeing the debut of Chris, who 2 days ago didn't even have a job here in SSRL, signed with Fusion Motorsport. Somehow they managed to convince him to drive for them, and he has absolutely blown the competition away. Didn't take pole, but he's been the fastest driver all weekend long as he will round the final corner. And it's going to be, as his teammate spins, Chase spins as well, and Chris will come across the line to win the Swedish Grand Prix by a distance. Chase does end up getting lapped on the final lap. fading across the line as he hits the wall in the final corner, just to make the gap a bit more bigger for Chris. What a